Do you need to be good looking to get hired? Retirement savings revealed and Zoom weddings to save money. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. Today, I read an article on Yahoo Finance put out by Benzinga and written by Janine Mancini titled, "How much do you have in your retirement savings? Man asks strangers to compare account balances. Here's what they said." The author of this article referenced a single 48-year-old with $504,000 in his 401k. He made a post on Reddit asking people how much they had saved for retirement. Before I share with you the responses to his post, I want to share my thoughts about this. Anyone who is on a Reddit forum and concerned about retirement probably has more than the average American who wouldn't spend his or her free time contributing to this type of discussion online. Some people are more concerned about watching some game on television or mindlessly scrolling through TikTok videos. Getting back to the article, one user who is 54 years old said he only has $2,800 saved in a SEP. A 39-year-old said zero money has been saved. Another individual who is 38 years old said $85,000 had been saved in a 401k, $70,000 in a Roth IRA, and $116,000 in a taxable brokerage account. A 44-year-old man said he had $670,000 between his 401k and IRA and an extra $210,000 in his Roth IRA. A 55-year-old woman said she had $578,000 in retirement savings. I found this to be really interesting, but I am really curious what their liabilities are. I am also curious what age they plan to retire at and draw Social Security. The amount that these people are earning right now at their jobs is going to impact how much they will get from Social Security once they are eligible. It would be fascinating to know what they expect to draw from Social Security. Another thing not mentioned was if they had any other source of income to rely on during retirement, such as rent from income-producing investment properties. The amounts that were shared may not grow to be enough by retirement age for some of these individuals, depending on where they live in America and depending on the lifestyle that they are accustomed to. Out of all of the people, the 44-year-old man with $880,000 combined between his accounts may stand the best chance at retiring with financial security, depending on how his investments grow by the time he reaches retirement age. Have any of you seen the YouTube short videos where a young guy approaches people driving expensive vehicles and asks them what they do for a living? It is interesting to hear what these people do for a living to afford these supercars and luxury vehicles. Maybe someone should start a channel where people are asked how much they have in their retirement accounts. It would be fascinating to see how the people who have nothing saved are dressed and what type of accessories they have, such as expensive watches, jewelry, etc. I'm sure most people prefer to keep this type of information private, so a channel like that may not be the easiest to get off the ground. If any of you decide to start a channel like this, let me know about it. At times, I think everything going on in America has people wound up, and for some, mental distress is getting the best of them. I read an article on yahoo.com put out by Fox News and written by Bradford Betts titled, "Disgruntled Chipotle Customer Shoots Employee Over Guacamole Dispute." According to the author, a Chipotle customer in Michigan near Detroit is accused of shooting an employee over an argument about guacamole. My heart goes out to the employee who was shot. Fortunately, he is recovering in a local hospital. The suspect is a 33-year-old man from Detroit, and he was arrested by police. I have to wonder what the dispute was about. The article said this is still under investigation. I feel bad for restaurant employees who are often underpaid that have to deal with angry customers. Even if you don't get shot, you can still be the victim of verbal abuse. Dealing with the general public is never easy. I read some of the comments beneath this article. One of the commenters was being sarcastic. He said, "I know this gun was registered correctly." Another commenter asked a question: do you think he will get his guac in the big house? The last commenter said something that really resonated with me. Fast food outlets are becoming perilous jobs for employees, and their benefits and security entrance should be modified. When I read this, I started thinking about gas stations and payday loan stores that have bulletproof glass with a spot where you slide your money under. Maybe that will be the future of fast food at some point. I personally think we will see fewer humans working fast food in the future. I believe we will see artificial intelligence taking orders and robots making the food. These companies will be able to make an initial investment and then not have to worry about employees not showing up for work or not doing their jobs correctly. I'm really surprised we haven't seen this yet across America. If the economy gets bad enough, do you think people will start having weddings over Zoom to save money? The reason I ask this is because I read an article today on yahoo.com put out by People and written by Eric Clack titled "Bride and Groom Split Wedding Guests into A and B Listers. Only invite B listers to watch recording on Zoom." According to the author, a bride and groom who opted for a small wedding came up with a unique solution to include their larger circle of loved ones in the occasion. People were invited to watch the wedding on Zoom. As it turns out, the wedding was to be recorded and then shared with people about a week later. A friend of the bride and groom said he felt like the bride and groom were splitting their guests into A-listers and B-listers, and the B-list squad didn't get to attend the party after the wedding. Here are my thoughts. Perhaps people with limited funds should consider eloping so they don't upset friends and family members who don't get invited to the ceremony or reception. Some people are seeking financing to cover the cost of their big weddings. To me, I think that is a terrible idea. I hate to think of young people starting out their married lives with debt from a wedding that was financed. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Today, I read an interesting article on yahoo.com put out by BuzzFeed titled "Women are calling out double standards in the workplace after a female candidate was seemingly denied a job for not wearing makeup." The author of this article referenced a career community survey of over 500 hiring professionals who determined that a woman's level of professionalism is often judged based on her physical appearance, including weight, body shape, hairstyle, and clothing choices. The author went on to reference a woman in New York City who purportedly was denied a position because she didn't wear makeup in her interview. She was told by a recruiter that she didn't put enough effort into her appearance given the level of role she was interviewing for. She wore a blazer and earrings but didn't wear any makeup. I feel bad for this young woman who didn't get hired. I am sure this has to be frustrating. My heart goes out to her. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. If you are good looking, do you stand a better chance at getting hired? Here are my thoughts. In our superficial world, unfortunately, appearance does often matter, even if it is not supposed to. I spoke with a drug rep once who told me that some pharma companies like hiring young, attractive women with bubbly personalities that can flirt with male doctors and get them to consider prescribing medication. You would think some pharma companies would want to hire people who are very knowledgeable about medicine so they can interact professionally with physicians. The drug rep that I spoke with once told me that wasn't the case. I have a friend who tried to break into a female-dominated genre on YouTube. He was cranking out great content, but he couldn't compete with young, attractive women with revealing clothing. After several years and hundreds of videos, he never cracked 10,000 subscribers, but young, attractive content creators in that space had hundreds of thousands of subscribers with fewer videos and content that wasn't as well developed as his. Appearance matters in certain situations. Now, if you are on the factory floor cranking out widgets from a machine, it doesn't matter what you look like. When I worked at a factory after high school, we had a rough crew. Many of the guys were really scraggly looking. Some were missing fingers, and one guy was missing his entire forearm due to a machine injury. Appearance didn't matter at that job one bit. However, I'll share a quick story with you. One month, a young, attractive woman was hired in the shipping department at the factory. All of the guys wanted to get to know her. She was very friendly with all of the men and even spent some time with them outside of work. She only worked at the factory for a short amount of time. After she quit, we were all called into a meeting one morning. we were told there had been an undercover person at the factory to figure out who was using drugs and who was selling drugs out of their toolboxes. A large number of people were fired. During that meeting, we were told there were going to be a lot of advancement opportunities due to the large number of people who were terminated. I have to wonder why they placed a young, attractive woman as the undercover spy at the factory. Did her attractive appearance give her an advantage over an older, average-looking man? I'll let you answer that question in the comment section below. I suppose an attractive male could be planted as a spy in an industry that is heavily populated with female employees. I'm curious if any of you have ever worked at a company where a spy was planted by executives. If so, tell me about it in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.